Hello, this is Laura talking to you live today on Laura's Raw Beauty. I'm here in my kitchen, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put together a wrap. And this wrap is made out of spinach. And I put it in my dehydrator last night. And this is the wrap. I'm going to show it to you. This is a wrap that I think is going to work out real well because I like the fact that this is very pliable. And I hate wraps that you try to roll everything in it and it's falling apart and it's bending and it's not doing what I like it to do. So that's why I added some dates to it. And I put some chia seeds, which kind of helped it to stay together. But the one thing I did not like about it was really hard for me to flip. And I'm trying to find a way that I would be able to perfect this recipe without having so much trouble flipping it, but in the long run, it did turn out very well. So what I'm going to put in this is I am going to put some clover sprouts, which I did not sprout these. I got them at the grocery store. I do a lot of sprouting, but sometimes I can't get it all done, but I do have some green lentils that I sprouted, which I love lentils. Those are such a good thing for you. And I also have avocados, which is adding some fat into your diet, which is also a really good thing. Women need fat, which I try to stay on a low-fat diet, but these are my fats that I did put together in my recipe. And I am going to stick a dinosaur kale in there. I always like a little bit of kale. Kale is one of the best as far as one of my favorites as far as lettuce goes. And I also have some marinated mushrooms. I love mushrooms, and that's another whole topic that I would love to talk about one day. It's just mushrooms. Mushrooms have so many benefits for cancer fighting that it isn't even funny. And so do sprouts. Sprouts, I love sprouting. I have some broccoli sprouting right now. And broccoli, I don't have any that are actually sprouted, so I'm not going to put that in there. But broccoli is one of the most highest cancer fighting sprouts that there is. And I believe even for women, it has one of the highest breast cancer fighting agents in it. So it's really important to put all these things in your diet, and so important not to cook your food and cook all the enzymes out and kill all your enzymes in your body. This is why people are tired and they don't feel good. And I'm not saying that you can't cook some of your food, but start eating some of this raw, live food. Start adding some of this to your diet, and you will feel a lot better. I promise that you'll feel a lot better. For me, I don't want to eat cooked foods anymore because it's not so much that I try to avoid it. When people will ask me, they'll say, Laura, why don't you want to eat cooked food? It's not so much that I don't want to, it's I don't really like the way it makes me feel. I like to feel alive, and these are foods for life. This is what makes me feel alive. So next I have some red tomatoes, which I can't wait for my garden. I do a lot of gardening, and tomatoes is the absolute best. I'm really looking forward to that. And I also put red onions and cabbage, and I can't tell you how many antioxidants and good things are in. Red onions are one of the best. One of my favorites too. And so this is my wrap. Let's see how this turns out. I've actually put far too much in there that I could even put, but I will show it to you anyway. This is my wrap that I'm going to eat for supper tonight. I can't wait. I have to be able to get my sauce on there too. I made a tahini sauce, which this was real simple. It was a 3-ingredient water, tahini, and garlic powder, a little bit of salt, and I did add a little bit of walnut butter in there because I like it a little bit creamy, and that made it a little bit creamy. But anyhow, I'm going to pretty much close with that. This is just a way to show people that you can eat raw foods and enjoy them, and they don't always have to be boring, and you can make fun out of it. And before I completely close out, I'm going to read a little daily thing that I read every day, and this is out of Isaiah 1, chapter 1, verse 19. If you are willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. And I love to read one of those every day and just think about what I read. And sometimes I go look it up and I just try to figure out what it is that the actual meaning to that is and get a little bit of the story behind it. And I feel that's important for my well-being.